Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, going back to Toxie's Triple Terror, Volume 6. We're going to watch something called Dead Dudes in the House. Let's watch. Our film opens up with an old lady who has apparently killed a man in her living room in 1948, and that's, I think, the granddaughter. An odd scene, to be sure. But that's our setup. Fast forward 40 years, and we got a bunch of kids coming to this house to fix it up.
Besides, you practically gave it away. And maybe there's a reason for that. I don't think it looks that bad.
Yeah, I love old houses. They make me feel like I'm in another time.
Surviving as one daughter, Anne. May her soul be placed in peaceful hands.
They find a grave.
Well, let's clear the garbage out now. What do you want?
Uh-oh. So they walk away from the gravesite, and then that grandma's watching them. So was she buried? I don't know.
Well,
I think they're in trouble. There's allegedly no power in the place.
Where's the plug for this?
It doesn't need a plug. It runs on battery.
Yet the light's working.
If it needed a plug, it wouldn't work. I doubt this house has any power at all.
Yes, it does. The light is on over there.
The old lady suddenly makes an appearance.
How'd she get in here? She probably busted a lock on the back door. Can we help you? If she doesn't stop staring at us, I'm gonna go over there and smack her.
They basically tell her she's got to leave, and they don't even follow
I
up.
don't know who you are or how you got in here, but I'm afraid you're gonna have to leave.
She is creepy looking.
Somehow this girl got separated from everybody else. She's wandering the house. She finds the grave marker and a bunch of blood on the walls. And she's looking for Mark.
Mark!
I know.
Instead, she
How about
finds
your boyfriend?
Grandma.
What about my boyfriend?
He's dead.
What do you mean?
I didn't know. I killed him.
What happened to you?
She finds Mark,
What are you doing?
Mark,
but he appears to
That's
be
right, it's me.
dead.
I've been looking all over for you.
Better call the police and have her arrested. Now that's my question. What are you doing?
She ends up fighting it out with him
Okay then.
before
let's
fleeing.
talk.
Talk?
Of course, why she's not calling everybody else from downstairs, I don't know.
I think you should give me the wood.
Well, as luck would have it, they're all trapped in the house now. They can't get out.
You're full of
She
shit.
tells them about Mark.
I saw him. He's dead. The old lady told me that she killed him. I don't know what she did to him, but he tried to get me.
Where's the old lady now?
This guy Joey shows up. He was supposed to help them, but he can't get in.
Some bread.
Or can he now? The window. He tries to climb up, but Granny chops his hands off. He's still alive, though. Just handless. Not alive for too much longer, though, because Granny gets the pipe.
What?
It's your turn.
Granny's thirsting for more.
What are you talking about?
It's your turn. Steve.
Everybody else is locked in a room, except for Steve.
She's walking away.
He runs into Steve on the way. Still has the pipe in his chest.
What's the matter? Don't you recognize me?
So apparently all the dead dudes are coming back to life.
back.
Steve is now being stalked by Grandma again. And crucified to the floor. Here's two strangers
I believe Mark saw one.
talking about the house.
He said that there are ghosts in that house. He saw one. And you believe that bullshit?
They're gonna go visit.
No, it doesn't bullshit.
Of all nights.
Well, I'm not laying around here all night. I'm going over there.
Mrs. Leatherby died 4 days later of a heart attack.
Find a news article.
2 days after she was buried in Three Oaks Cemetery, her daughter Anne dug up her grave and buried her in the backyard of their house. The same night, she hung herself from a tree near the grave.
The old lady hurt me.
That's Steve. And Linda.
Are you hurt bad?
Yeah, I'm hurt real bad. I can't get up.
Linda's not going to last long with Steve. That was a saw blade in her back. Then they find Linda.
I'm perfectly fine.
I guess the girls come back too, the dudettes.
We found a way out. We're leaving.
Oh, good.
Well, let's go.
They quickly find out that she's not right. And dude takes her out. Here's kind of a cool scene. The guy is about to climb out the window. And it comes crashing down on him. And now it's slicing into him. Which is going to lead to his decapitation. And there he goes. Remember that girl?
I'm going to bed in this room. What are you two doing here?
She suddenly shows up.
We just came to look around.
I guess you haven't seen my mother yet.
Your mother?
Yes, she's around here somewhere. I'm surprised you made it all the way to my room.
She decides she's going to tease them a bit. And I guess it's her mother, not her grandmother. That's the end of them. Or at least the dolphin boy.
She tried to stab you. Come on. Look at the scissors.
I believe neither one of these guys are dead yet.
Come on, I'm telling you the truth. Come on.
The guy on the left doesn't know that the guy on the right just kind of wandered in. They weren't part of the same group. We get some more carnage. The bodies are piling up now.
Come on, Ronald. Come on, I just want to talk to you. I do. And then kill you.
Looks like they got the best of him, though. He ends up with a saw blade in his head. Killed again. The guy who got decapitated in the window is back. Together again. Now the old lady's finally getting hers. She's got something through her head. It's very dark. Looks like a screwdriver on one side. And her head is off. Very dark, but it is squirting blood. And still screaming. I guess it was too much for him. Passed out, but not dead. In the morning, our one survivor leaves the house. All is well. Or is it? Let's talk about this movie, Dead Dudes in the House. Available on this Toxie's Triple Terror, volume 6 of 7. This is a movie I actually had on VHS, not a pre-recorded VHS. I actually taped this off of cable. It showed up when I first started taping movies on SP Speed back in 1992, 93 maybe. I was kind of excited to get it because it was like a new horror movie at the time, or actually it was about 5 years old, but it was the first time that I'm aware of that it showed up on cable. I remember watching it and I didn't think too highly of it, but I did love the title, Dead Dudes in the House. It's still a good title. No nudity in this movie, plenty of gore actually, but the only problem is that a lot of the movie is dark. You really, literally can't see what's going on some of the time because it's just so dark. There's a lot of blood squirting, there's a decapitation, there's actually 2 decapitations. One guy's body's decapitated, the other guy, the little woman, gets her head decapitated. So multiple decapitation. Oh, there's some hand decapitation too. Yeah, so a lot of that. So anyway, I like the premise initially, whereas like one person dies and then that person comes back and then kills the next person, then that person dies, comes back and kills the next person. It's kind of a train. The only thing at the end there was kind of a little convoluted. I couldn't quite figure out who was alive, who was dead. I think adding those 2 people who were total strangers sitting outside on a lawn chair in a field somewhere at night, adding them to the mix and not knowing exactly who they were just kind of seemed a little odd. So anyway, one of these horror movies where apparently nobody survives. It kind of reminded me of The Evil Dead a little bit at the very end. It seems to be what they were kind of going for. You have one survivor comes out in the daytime, out of the house, and then something gets them at the end. So there you go. Anyway, it's put out by Troma. Again, it's on this Toxie's Triple Terror. There's 7 of these volumes. I have them all. Like all the other movies on this, they look to be VHS rips. They're not. They haven't been remastered or anything. So a lot of times the quality isn't the best. And again, it is dark and just not super quality, but. Again, this movie is a turd, but it's kind of an okay, fun turd to watch. Like I said, no nudity. Almost a nude scene, actually, with the girl with the bra. But yeah, and other than that, yeah, nothing. So anyway, check it out. It's called Dead Dudes in the House. And available on this Toxie Triple Terror. It's probably available on its own DVD somewhere too. But you can get these usually in the $15 to $20 range. So anyway, watch it. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. We will talk about it. It's called Dead Dudes in the House. Toxie Triple Terror, Volume 6. Get it.